Xbox One, now $299.
7-3, the Eagles up on the Irish so far in this game. Each team with 4 hits, but the Hawks have really plagued Notre Dame. The ACC should be well represented once again. When the NCAA regionals hit here this season, you have 4 teams in the top 7 in that RPI. The ACC has been so dynamic once again this year.
This is a conference, Rich, that has quality teams from top to bottom. When we look at the 2 top teams in both of the standings in Miami and Florida State, those teams ranked very highly in the country, but have both taken losses this weekend in conference play. So there's certainly equality amongst most of these teams throughout the ACC.
There's the great Gambino. Mike Gambino in his 6th season for Boston College took over for Mick Aoki. Both teams served on the same staff as assistants, and Mike Gambino and Mick Aoki have created a strong relationship, both getting to know, of course, Peter Frates, and that ALS game that was played yesterday. All the teams in the ACC, in fact, starting to get on board with that initiative to try to help cure ALS. As here, the Irish back out there to face the top of the order. Palamaki back up for the Eagles. High in the air. Hit into left field this time, closing in on it, fighting off the sun. Sanchez makes the grab for the first out. New pitcher in there for the Irish.
That's right, Rich. We've got the left-hander, Jim Orwick, coming in to throw. The Irish 4th pitcher already of this ball game. Orwick, a guy who has pitched just 3 1/3 innings coming into this ball game. 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. The junior lefty from Findlay, Ohio, hasn't seen much action, but he's going to get a chance here in what has turned into a bullpen game for this Irish staff to work a few innings.
Orwick missed all of last season with shoulder surgery on that left shoulder. But he has climbed back, and Mick Aoki said he certainly wanted to see Orwick this weekend in some capacity as a reliever. Gets a strikeout on a swing and a miss, and that's certainly something that's going to be appreciated for the Irish, throwing 3 strikes in a row and getting the strikeout.
Jim Orwick coming in and doing something we haven't seen all day from a Notre Dame pitcher, getting 2 quick outs, Rich. Once on a fly out to left field and then a 3-pitch strikeout. So having success early, just throwing strikes.
Smacked once again over the infield and dropping in front of the Irish outfielders on a liner. Boston College has had a lot of those here this afternoon. And now Strem with a base hit, his first hit of this afternoon. That'll bring up Joe Cronin.
This ball catches too much of the plate there. Michael Strem smacks that ball into left field. His first hit of the ball game had a couple walks in his first at bat. So he's been on base 3 times already in 3 innings.
Joe Cronin, the senior from Maine, team captain this season. One of the leaders on this squad. Gambino really pointed to the fact that these players enjoy being out there with one another on the baseball field, whether that be during practice, in games, on the road, on team buses and flights. And you have to credit a guy like Cronin for being able to support the type of atmosphere conducive for these players to grow so close and start to Great the chemistry that has produced 18 wins so far in the young season for Boston College. Oh, 2. Here comes the pitch from Warwick. Nasty. That one snaps in there for the final out of the top of the third. Warwick has the strikeouts rolling. As we head to the bottom of the third, Notre Dame down 4. Back up to that next here on ESPN 3.
Nissan Rogue with intuitive all-wheel drive. Take on the unexpected.
To achieve financial security, there are two halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Part of the order to up the Irish: Consulis, Bierling, and Sanchez, 3, 4, and 5. And if the Irish try to climb over this hurdle that has become ever so high, like King back out there, he's given up a total of 4 hits in his 2 innings of work, but has a tall task of facing Zach Consulis, the senior, one of the leaders in average, and he hits one towards the outfield on the ground, but that's a great job by Adams, moving over, showing his versatility and range as the shortstop for the first out.
Yeah, that play by Johnny Adams, almost all the way behind second base, that ball up the middle, nearly takes out King, but ranging all the way to his left was Johnny Adams, and he fires over to first base for the nice put out in the first out.
So here's Bierling. He takes a strike right down the middle. You can see it, Mike King getting a little bit more comfortable out there on the mound. Of course, his teammates have certainly helped him out today. Unlike in the previous 2 games, just 2 runs combined in the first 2 games. Now you see 7 through 2 innings for the Eagles. Bierling hits one on the ground once again up the middle, and King knocks it down. Underhanded toss for the second out.
This time King able to get a glove on the ball. Katsulis nearly took out his foot. This time he knocks the ball down. Here you see the one hopper back to the mound, does knock it down, but has plenty of time to trot over and flip the ball underhand to first base for the second out.
2 remarkably quick outs here in the third. That's been one of the main problems for the Irish. Notre Dame has only left 2 runners on throughout this one so far. Meanwhile, Boston College 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. You get them on, you move them along, and then you bring them in. Boston College has done that at a much higher rate than the Irish throughout this contest. Sanchez, though, up at the plate. Last time there were 2 runners on, and Sanchez brought them, along with himself, right to home plate with a 3-run jack into left field.
King hung up a curveball up in the zone last at bat to Sanchez that stayed inside, and he was able to turn through that baseball. As here, he goes the opposite way with a single.
Hasn't been a pretty day for the Irish at the plate, but the bright spot by far and away has been Ricky Sanchez, adding to his quality afternoon at the plate. 2 for 2 with a home run and an opposite field single that reaches the outfield and right.
You love to see that from a hitter after a big first inning home run in which he pulled the ball. Ricky Sanchez going with that pitch, shooting the ball to right field, not trying to do too much with the baseball. Gets himself a nice single. Gets on base for Nick Pock, who also has a single on the game.
Biggio, Sanchez, and Podkol, the only three players with hits in this game for Notre Dame. Podkol takes a strike at the knees. Podkol's average at 370 now. Has 9 RBIs, 11 walks as well, as here is a roller. Picked up by Adams. He takes the fielder's choice play at second. That's it for the Irish, going quietly in the third. Fourth inning coming up next from Frank X Stadium.
This just got interesting. Why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adeptus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
So what do you think? I thought you might like it. You know me so well.
And that's what it feels like when there's a Century 21 agent in the house. Smarter, bolder, faster.
5 hits for each team, but Boston College up 4 runs. Jim Orwick took care of the Boston College hitters, though, in the last inning, as we are now in the top of the 4th. Boston College scoring 5 runs in the second inning. But Orwick trying to shut the door. His ERA at 6.23 throughout the season, but struck out 2 and gave up just 1 hit in the 3rd inning.
Orwick in limited action does have that inflated ERA, but that can really be attributed to 1 or 2 bad appearances where he gave up a few more earned runs. Of course, as he continues to work in this ball game, every out he gets lowers that ERA substantially.
Martellini, a ground ball down to 3rd. Fiala will make the play for the first out. So Orwick doing a good job keeping the ball in the infield. Out number 1 very quickly. The Irish would like nothing more than for Jim Orwick to get through a couple of more innings for this Notre Dame team. So here comes right fielder Logan Hogarth, 0 for 1 with Johnny Adams, 2 for 2. Johnny Adams looming on deck. Ball 1 misses too far inside and maybe a little low.
Hogarth does have a base on balls, and he took that walk with the bases loaded, so he did get an RBI. That was back in the 2nd inning. Eventually scored in that 5-run second for Boston College. Takes a cut foul there. Now 2-1.
Senior from Florida, Hogarth, quite a bit of experience, started 45 games. His freshman year back in 2013, started 24 games as a sophomore, and then last year he started 44, 2-2 the count on Hogarth. Break-even pitch, here it comes. Waving and missing is Hogarth, and that's another strikeout racked up by Orwick. And now Jim Orwick with 3 strikeouts already in an inning and 2/3. It brings up Adams.
Orwick has had A lot of success, Rich, here in about an inning and 2/3 of action. Getting ahead in the count, that breaking ball has been very effective, getting a couple strikeouts with that.
This one tagged into left, Sanchez under it, and that does it. So Jimmy Orwick doing a nice job getting out Adams, who was 2 for 2 and the toughest out. Third inning getting through another inning, bottom of the 4th next. Irish back up to bat on ESPN 3.
This just got interesting. Why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adeptus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
Some said Wendy's 4 for 4 was the biggest thing since...
And now for tonight's biggest news.
The 4 for 4 now comes with your choice of a junior bacon cheeseburger or the new crispy chicken BLT. It's the biggest thing until...
Bottom of the 4th, Kyle Fiala, Lane Richards, Ryan Lidge will be up to the plate. The Irish scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning. Beyond that, Mike King has been pretty good. He can go a couple of more innings. He will be in line for the victory as Boston College has built up a reserve of runs, a 4-run advantage, strike 1 delivered to Fiala, who's 0 for 1.
That first pitch, King, now it's 62 pitches on the ballgame. A lot of those came in the first inning when the Irish tallied 3 runs. He's really settled in nicely here in these last couple of innings. We're starting to see on the other side Jim Orwick for the Irish starting to settle in. So shaky pitching early from both of these teams, now starting to get a little bit more of a feel on both sides.
Regardless of how this game turns out from a Notre Dame perspective, the Irish will be relatively content with 2 wins in this series. You always want to win 2 out of 3 if you can in these ACC series. Can't win every game, especially against teams that performed well here in the 2016 season, but nice for the Irish to get back on the winning end in weekend action against an ACC squad like they did a couple of weeks ago against Wake Forest. This one's going to drop as Strem had trouble with the baseball. Originally thought maybe you could get there, but then held back to watch the ball drop down as it was a low line drive into center field. Base knock.
Outfielders were always saying the toughest ball is the one hit right at them on a line. You see there, Strem, a little indecisive about whether to chase that ball down, maybe make a diving attempt or play back on the ball. He kind of elects for the in-between. Lucky he knocked that baseball down. Good start from Kyle Fiala to this 4th inning.
Yeah, not an easy play almost for Strem when he let that ball drop. He maybe could have stepped back a little bit, but made a nice play after the 1 bouncer. So a hit now for Fiala. He's on at first, dives back in time on the throw over by Shortino. 0 for 1, Richards at the plate. This is a pretty solid bottom 3rd of the batting order when you talk about Fiala, Richards, and Lidge. 3 players that have been around for an awful long time. As this will be another hit for the Irish. Thinking about going first to third, now back to second is Fiala. But 2 hits to begin the bottom of the 4th inning now. Runners on first and second base for Ryan Lidge.
Nice job going up the middle there from Lane Richards. See there the turn from Fiala. Wisely heads back to second base as Strem fielded that ball quickly. Be up to the 9-hitter Ryan Lidge with 2 on. Lidge hit a missile to third base, but it was snagged by Cronin. Really a good piece of hitting. See if this time he's not rewarded, can't find a hole.
Yeah, the Irish have out-hit Boston College now, as this is going to be a slow roller foul on the bunt attempt down the third baseline. Maselli patiently waiting for the ball to dribble in foul territory. So now everybody knows what's coming. It'll be Ryan Lidge trying to sacrifice to move both runners into scoring position.
A smart play from Maselli down there at third base, letting that ball go foul. Ryan Lynch doesn't have great speed, but that was a very good bunt. Hovering in between the catcher, the pitcher, and the third baseman down that third base line.
Looking down at second, King delivers, and another bunt foul. So now you can't do that anymore if you're Ryan Lidge. 0-2, falls behind. You still need to move the runners along. If you're Ryan Lidge, that's what the Irish are trying to accomplish. You're with nobody down. Lots of weekend sporting events going on. Notre Dame lacrosse, the blue and gold football spring game, baseball also. 1-2 now the count. The Irish yesterday winning by 3 runs, same exact score as Friday. So both games successful for Notre Dame here at Frank Eck Stadium at home. But game 3 has had a little bit different tone, as Boston College has reached base with great propensity. High in the air, left field, settling under it and making the grab. The first out of the inning was Hardaway.
Big first out for Mike King. You see there, Hardaway camps under this ball easily. No throw to third base as Fiala holds up, but now ground ball potentially gets you out of the inning with a double play. However, it'll be the 2-for-2 Kevin Biggio with an out here in this 4th inning, looking to put the Irish on the board.
So here comes the all-important Kevin Biggio. As a throw down to second by King. Squeaks by the shortstop Adams and trickles into center field, but no running for Kyle Fiala. Stays put at second base, bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out for Kevin Biggio. Heralded in the ACC and nationally as one of the top performers, returning this season as a Gold Glove winner, something that has really been developed during his time at Notre Dame. Came in as a plus hitter, but not necessarily in the field, but he has really worked hard at it, according to Mick Aoki, and has become one of the best fielders on the team.
Part of a double play combination that led the country in double plays turned a season ago. All of those infielders returning in Fiala, Richards, Biggio, and Katsoulis across the diamond, so an experienced defensive lineup, at least in the infield for Notre Dame, led by Kevin Biggio.
We already mentioned his father, also a standout infielder, the Houston Astros. How about Torrey Hunter Jr. playing in the blue-gold spring game yesterday and then hustling over to Frank Eck Stadium to play a game of baseball too? It reminds you of the grade school and high school days, maybe, but now he's able to play multiple sports in the football off-season, and you're fully in season on the baseball team.
Torrey Hunter Jr. had a SportsCenter top 10 catch in the blue gold game yesterday. I believe it was number 5 on SportsCenter's top 10. An amazing one-hand snag, kind of a baseball snag on the throw from Irish quarterback Malik Zaire. Then he did like you said, Rich trotted over here.
Get here quickly.
By about the third inning, he showed up in shorts and his jersey, and he was ready to go. He's here again today. The two-sport athlete. Don't know if we'll see him today, but he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, he's been a situational pinch runner for much of the season. Scored the game-winning run in the series opener against Wake Forest. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So that's a strikeout. 2 away, Kevin Biggio just unable to reach the baseball. Got knotted up on a pitch inside.
Yeah, nice fastball there from Mike King. You see Kevin Biggio turn around, asking if the umpire if that would have been a strike had he not swung. I think it would have been. That ball catching just enough of the inside corner. A big strikeout for Mike King gets the second out of the fourth inning.
So here's Jake Shepsky, 4 hits in the series so far, 0 for 2 today. 2 men on, 2 outs, and a 4-run deficit for the Fighting Irish. King delivers, tapper foul. Shepsky just getting a piece of the last pitch. Sophomore for the Irish. You have some young players, an infusion of youth, and then you have the veterans, guys like Biggio's a junior, Katsoulis a senior, Ricky Sanchez a senior, Fiala, Richards, and Lidge also upperclassmen, but then you have the young players Shepsky, Vierling, and Podko. As this is going to get by the diving first baseman Cronin. A ground ball that reaches the outfield, and on third base, Notre Dame is safe as well. So a run comes in, a hit by Jake Shepsky, and Shepsky delivers again. First and third, 2 outs, and now a 3-run lead for Boston College on the base knock.
A little seeing eye single here from Jake Shepsky gets into right field with 2 outs. Fiala scores easily. Lane Richards able to trot all the way and slide in, safely beating the throw from the right fielder Hogarth there at third base. The Irish cut this deficit to 3 runs. They got runners on the corner, an opportunity for a few more.
So still 2 on and 2 outs, first and third. For the 0 for 2, Zach Katsoulis, he stands in. He's been a clutch hitter throughout his time in a Notre Dame uniform. Not too many games left as a member of this Irish squad, a senior. He pitched his freshman year, also played in the field. Been a steady contributor wherever the Irish have needed him. Moved in from the outfield to first base. Always with that positive attitude, but it looks like this one will end the inning. High in the air, Hogarth gloves it, and that's it for the 4th. Top of the 5th next, the Irish plate 1 run but leave 2 runners on. We'll be back in a moment from Frank Eck Stadium on ESPN3.
Jason?
Before you got on that plane, I had to tell you.
Hey, Jason.
Good, you need to hear this too. You got the house.
Oh, this guy.
All right.
Is it for you? Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster.
Get ready to play. Buy an LG G5 and get a second battery and charging cradle free.
Jim Warwick has given up just 1 hit in his 2 innings of work, has struck out 3 batters. He will face Maselli, Hardaway, and Palomaki. Maselli 1 for 2, Hardaway 1 for 2, and Palomaki 0 for 1. The lefty, Jim Orwick. He has that breaking ball working so far.
Orwick in 2 innings of work has lowered his ERA by over 3 points already, dropping it down, getting some good work in here, providing a couple of innings out of the bullpen. The Irish really needed someone to step up from the bullpen and calm this team down just a bit after a few long innings in the first and the second from Boston College.
So Notre Dame entering this series at a .279 batting average. It was the pitching that started off so well, as here's a check swing but couldn't hold back all the way. Maselli goes down for the first out of the inning. But the Irish's ERA has been inflated a little bit more in recent games. Now a .404 team ERA. As Notre Dame will huddle up around Jim Orwick. Quality work for Orwick, but that will be it. 2 1/3 innings. Maybe on a strict pitch count, throws just over 20. But does yeoman's work for the Fighting Irish. Yet another reliever will be on the hill next. It'll be Charlie Vorschek, the sophomore right-hander from California.
Charlie Vorschek coming into this game with a .245 ERA, just 5 appearances, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 2 earned in his year. Another guy quite like Orwick who hasn't seen a lot of time on the mound, but getting an opportunity here in a conference game to try to come in and shut down Boston College hitters.
So Charlie Vorschek on to make his 6th appearance of the season in the top of the 5th inning. Notre Dame not out of it yet, down 3 runs with plenty of time left in this ball game. But as of right now, Boston College has the advantage. Dominic Hardaway